Hello, everybody.
Morning.
Joe here.
Kevin.
All right. I love starting off our Fridays with New Girl.
Absolutely. Do that before we get into our film for the day.
Yeah. It's a nice palate cleanse for the week. You know what I mean?
It's great.
It's a nice hijinks. Um, yeah. This season's been really great so far. I love that Coach is back. I love the dynamics between everybody. Nick and Jess being in a relationship is a really fun dynamic.
It is. It is. And I really feel like the character arcs have been great.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they don't hide from regression, though. Like last episode was a perfect example, right?
Yes.
Coach makes one comment to Nick about being, domesticated by Jess, and all of a sudden he destroys everybody's Thanksgiving in a very childish and stupid attempt to prove he's a man.
Yes.
And I was like, am I being too hard on him? And I've thought about it this week. I'm like, no, because I'm someone who puts myself in this situation.
Sure.
Whenever I watch anything, and if I had a friend that was like, we're not having Thanksgiving dinner and watching football, we're going to go out and camping.
I'd be like, have fun.
First off, I wouldn't go. I'm like, I love you, but absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit here and watch football and eat whatever's in the refrigerator. I don't care. But after I got out there and found out that he didn't bring any food and was like, we're just gonna, what was it? Forage.
We're gonna forage for ourselves.
Forage and hunt.
Hunt and fish.
Right. Did you bring any shotguns or fishing poles?
Sure.
No. I would have been at an 11 as far as being outraged at that.
I just would have laughed and be like, all right, hey, can you take me back to town?
If I had my car, I'd be like, okay, I will come back and get you.
Not to mention,
how long do you want to be here?
They brought a cooler full of warm beer.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of having the cooler then? Yeah, the whole episode was kind of a mess on Nick's part.
Right.
Another example of him being a child, and we still love him.
And Jess bending over backwards to make him feel better about himself.
The grossest bit, the grossest thing we've ever watched on this channel, next to Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Josh has the pimple. The dead fish that she ate.
Right, the eyeball falling out was so nasty.
So close. Like I know, like, it's not like I was kidding when I watched the episode. I honestly thought I was nauseous. It was really gross.
The sound effects guys, the Foley guys, had a great time with how like the smushy sounds of her digging through that fish. It was so gross. It was pretty rough.
You did hit an interesting tidbit though. That was not the first episode where Coach kind of pokes Nick a little bit about his manhood, as you want to call it that.
No, it was. It's definitely like why aren't you masculine enough?
The first episode where Coach comes back when they go to the
right. Yeah, we did.
The Velvet Bunny.
Right, calling him whipped and stuff. Again, like that's like a recurring theme for him.
I don't think Coach is going to be that guy, but I don't
either.
He does it to mess with Nick, so I don't think that's the last time we're going to see that happen.
No, I don't even know if that's completely it. It's a little bit of it, but I think we've had the benefit of these characters all being together and watching them grow, and we haven't had that with Coach.
Not yet.
So Coach probably has the farthest to go in terms of personal growth.
Do you think he stays for the rest of the show?
I don't know. I don't know how long. I don't know. I mean, obviously, Damon Wayans Jr. has had a really solid career.
He works all the time.
Yeah, he does a lot of film work and other television work. I don't know if he was around for the entire last 4 seasons of this show, or if he's mildly. Did he move back into the apartment?
He's with Schmidt.
Okay, so
so kind of
over in the apartment across the hall. Yeah. So that is somebody you could play off a lot. Have just kind of gone.
Maybe he's more of a CC role. Who knows?
Yeah, or less. I mean, really. CC has kind of grown into very much a series regular.
Yeah.
All right. We do want to get started here. We're going to go ahead and thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here with us. We give a special shout out to Actuarial Lurker, Balas Fuldez, Chris, Jeff, NJ, Christy Goverston, Surya Gundavarapu, and Weird Magic. Thanks a lot, guys. We're very happy you're here with us.
Yes, we are. If you guys are watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you might hit the like button for us, leave us a comment down below, and please hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on the new content we've coming your way.
If you'd like to see a select reaction to this and everything else we've watched or watching, please check out the link in the description below to our Patreon page. Every show we're watching, including New Girl, we are at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon of where we're on YouTube. So if you watch the YouTube ads, want to keep going, you can do it on our Patreon. You're going to have to sync and watch along on your own source material. You'll only see and hear us for copyright purposes. We're also watching 30 Rock as a Patreon exclusive and just wrapped Dairy Girls and starting up some mini-series on Monday.
Yes. Excited.
All right, Patreon subscribers, welcome back, huh? Let's jump in. Episode 11 here in 3, 2, 1.
A note of cedar, vanilla, tobacco. Bonding. Sadness. Please don't leave me. Cheers, guys.
That encapsulates Scotch, I guess.
Yeah.
You're off. I say, thank you very much. I'm very flattered, but I already have a job. Me teacher.
Me teacher.
I think of teachers, I think of two things. Jessica Day and pornography, where the characters are teachers.
Oh my God.
Construction hiccup in our renovation. So
Okay.
everybody's going to have to be sharing classrooms.
A freezer, or should I flush these frogs?
Oh my God.
Foster sticking us with the math kids that use letters instead of numbers.
Do you mean
Algebra? Yeah.
Since voters are
my
trending
God.
anti-future,
anti-future? Who's
That's actually true.
anti-future?
I don't know.
Oh, there's plenty of people who are anti-education in America.
Yeah. Yoke machine.
I'm gonna go not smoke pot.
You familiar with Roller Girl's relationship to her skates and boogie nights?
Yes, I am.
I'm not, because I don't watch movies. I time them.
My God.
It's over 3 hours.
Yeah.
1:55:30 official running time, my round ass!
Math is never easy.
Oh, boy.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, he's the last person who should
Yeah.
be talking.
Nick doesn't have a traditional career. I mean,
Or is it the most traditional? Maybe I'm thinking about prostitution.
Jesus, Nick.
Is this something we're not bragging about?
No, Schmidt, I'm referring to my decision to quit playing the game of basketball. It all began. I was the ninth guy off the bench for the
It's crazy English muffin.
We didn't watch you play, we watched you sit, which was still fun. You know, any chance to get to Latvia, right, guys?
Yeah, I haven't played all year.
What is that hair?
It's like Dennis Rodman.
You are traded to Kraslava City.
The outdoor league? Man, they play on a hillside.
No, he's still playing.
You'll never play basketball again.
Oh.
And that's when I decided to stop playing the game of basketball.
When the doctor said you won't play?
I like the hair, though.
I did.
that's the thing, you didn't walk
You decided
away.
nothing. That story contains 0 decisions.
Yeah.
What she needs to hear is my story. A story of hard choices, a story of paths.
I guess he has a legit career.
As far
compared
as
to
the
others,
job goes, yeah.
I volunteered a lot in college, but I shone brightest.
Oh my God.
300-pound wall of peppermint bar.
Filth. Nurse I'd like to hug. Not even the baggiest of
I was gonna say, I think she might be a little out of his league.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't volunteer. I'm a man. I have a in marketing.
It's his origin story.
There it is, yep.
For a Jewish giant, I had a surprising knack for selling Christmas trees.
Oh my God.
Never gonna say I wish I'd spent more time with my family. Because money and everything it buys, you can't.
It's creepy. So misguided, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that broke Schmidt forever.
Guys, look, it's almost 6 and Candace is insanely punctual.
You know what?
Is the whole episode going to take place here?
It might be.
Yeah.
Driveways. You're welcome.
Driveways are the future.
There you go. They are convenient, I guess.
It's good to have one.
Anyone else here named after their career?
We'll call you Markety.
Marketing.
We should call him Coach.
You do it first.
Coach!
That's a great name.
What if I don't know who I am and, you know, I'm capable of doing a lot of different things?
Then you are on your own.
Good stuff, Coach.
Country Day, 5-time Pacific Northwest squash champion. Go rhododendrons!
Rhododendrons. That's awesome.
Where would I be? If I were Chalk, where would I be?
Well, if she likes teaching, she should obviously just, teach, right? Just find a new job.
She definitely has a crap job right
Yeah.
This doesn't fit. Eddie Vescucci beats up the unstylish.
Yeah, that's right. We had an ethnic gay bully. So I started tutoring him in math, and he became the best math student in school.
So let's look him up and see how happy and successful.
This isn't going to go well, is it?
No.
Never mind, there's no trace.
No, yeah.
It's not. It's
Yeah,
not.
it's right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's Clifton.
We're not the only ones looking for him. So's the FBI.
Oh my God.
No.
He's a criminal.
Oh
It's
my
like
God.
embezzlement.
Clifton, baby Madoff, call.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
David Madoff.
counts of embezzlement.
Sounds like the math took.
My first year of law school.
There.
Next year, one of you will be gone.
What a cliche, huh? Oh, you wrote that down.
But second year, I made another discovery. I hated being around myself.
This is a new air.
Place where I belonged, where I could look to my left or look to my right and like what I saw.
Love you in that scarf. Why do you wear scarves anymore?
Love you, that scarf.
So you went behind the bar, you quit law school, you became a bartender.
And there's more to it than that.
2 minutes! Lady, she still got 1 minute.
Cece was her first student. Yeah.
Get in here, we'll learn it together.
But everyone will laugh at us.
They can drive it or milk it as far as I'm concerned.
Atta girl. Yes.
Yeah, actually, I'm not gonna take the job.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
Keep teaching then, I guess, yeah. Just look for a new school.
Definitely.
I will take a big old glass of booze water. Said commercial tomorrow, and I'm playing day old curry.
Oh my God.
And until you're 90 years old. Why don't you fire this down to Kevin 97?
Oh, no. This is not going to go well.
Oh no!
I'm going to work on that.
I figure if Foster can be a principal, then why can't I be a principal?
That's great.
There you go.
Well, then you can take me to the principal's office and punish me for being tardy. And
You know we're right here, right?
just lift up my britches and
Well, Doug.
Oh, whoa.
Hey, man.
after I fill up my juice box.
So, guys, just quit my job today.
Whoa.
They would not like to have me back. I burnt a lot of bridges today. Stuff got weird. Stuff got racial.
What?
Oh my God.
Extra cherries. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh my goodness.
My first shift, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, she's bartending? This is cool. I'm
It
glad
is, yeah.
that Cece's working there now, apparently. Although I'd rather model than bartend, honestly.
Well, I mean, obviously she can't do it forever. She's
No.
still obviously going to have to model.
Yes.
She looks great. But I don't know, what do you do when you retire from modeling?
I think most models try to become actresses.
That's
or
probably true.
something, you know?
It's actually a really good sales pitch he was working there.
Yeah, I mean, so this is a episode to push the characters forward, for sure. You know, it
Little soul-searching episode for all of them.
it also kind of fleshes them out and, like, maybe they were getting stagnant in their life, to where,
Sure.
like, you need to kind of branch out a little bit.
Right.
I mean, obviously, in your 30s, it's time to be. I don't want to say get set into the long haul because I don't ever think you're too old to do anything. But
Sure. There are people who change careers in their 70s.
Exactly, no,
Whatever, yeah.
it's never too late, and I like the fact that we had that episode
Mhm.
because it is weird to think that Jess was going to stop being a teacher there for a little bit.
Sure.
Because that kind of is her. That's her character. There was a bit there in the show where she wasn't teaching for a while,
Right.
and then was so happy when she finally got that job. You know.
Yeah. Although I don't think her being a principal down the road is outside the realm of possibility
Not at
either
all.
for the show. Yeah.
I think that's awesome. Good for her. You know. Also, yeah, nothing wrong with bartending. I bartended before, and I don't love it, but Nick seems to have a passion for it. You know,
Yeah.
and that's awesome. There's professional bartenders all over the place. We need bartenders.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of the point. Is it doesn't matter what your job, and this is
Love what you do.
this is an American problem. Other
Yeah,
countries,
it really is.
other countries don't completely define who they are by their jobs.
Yeah.
This is some puritanical nonsense pounded into Americans, right? When you meet somebody, what's the first thing you tell them about yourself? My name and what I do for a living, and that defines you more than anything. Which is, other people don't necessarily do that as much as we do.
Sure.
It's really strange, actually. It's like, oh, how do you make your money? Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what that's what I do. But that's
That's not me.
right. I if you've ever worked any job, there's a million different personality types that working that job. I don't think it defines you. I guess it can define your income level, if that's an important conversation to have,
Sure.
right? Obviously, if your relationship is I'm buying a house,
Yes,
that's
yeah.
important. But
When you're talking to a bank.
yeah, exactly, right. Like, when you're right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I think they kind of made the point. Like, does Coach? You know,
personal trainer, maybe. You know what I mean?
I have no idea what he actually does, and again, it doesn't really matter to define his character.
I think he's a coach because he was the first episode we saw. He was training that lady in the treadmill.
Sure,
but you're right. You're right. You are not your job.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the point they were making, obviously. So if Jess, or the only reason I even brought it up, if Jess or Nick or anybody else decided to change up careers, I don't think it changes them as people. So I don't think it would be a that cataclysmic of a deal. In fact, I think if you're doing 7 seasons of a sitcom, it might be a good idea to okay, we need to really change some stuff up here.
Sure.
And maybe having all these characters defined in these same roles all the way through is not really the way to do that.
Yeah.
So I expect, I was glad Winston quit his job because it's like, we haven't even talked about what he's been doing since probably season 1 or 2. You know what I mean?
When we saw Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, that was season...
That was 1.
That was 1?
Yeah, that was in season 1.
Yeah.
When his boss was nuts.
Yeah.
So we've gone more than 2 seasons now, or a season and a half now, where it's like, we don't actually know what he's up to. We don't know what Coach is up to.
We don't really know what Winston's up to ever, really.
Right. We don't, other than the fact that he works with a bunch of women, we don't really know what Schmidt's up to. And even then, his job isn't important. It's just, all that's important about that is that he's trying to do good at whatever it is that he does, and he works with a bunch of women.
Yeah.
And that's just a bit.
I love how they keep it vague. It's marketing.
Yeah, what exactly do you do? I think mentioning spreadsheets today was one of the closest things we've gotten to what he actually does.
That and the weird thing with the vodka.
Yeah, he's done a couple of pitches.
Yeah.
So was this like a cheapened version of Mad Men, really? Where it's like,
they had that
come up with
where he had his little mini Don Draper office.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, kind of. He's kind of like a Don Draper type.
Right. But it's just a show that's not, the characters aren't defined by their jobs, whereas Mad Men, obviously, half of what the characters are is because of the line of work that they're in together.
No, it's really cool that all these characters have such different careers, too. Mm-hmm. Jess, a teacher, Nick, a bartender, obviously a marketing executive.
He's not an executive, but he's junior executive or whatever he is.
And then a coach.
and then a vague coach. We don't really know what that is.
It's super vague. It's funny.
Right. Even if you're a personal trainer, you're not actually a coach. A coach works for a team. He doesn't do that. I'm pretty sure he's not like
freelance coach.
Right. He's not a first base coach for a Major League Baseball team or anything.
So. I don't think you make that much money doing that. I mean, that's more like a good parent sign up volunteer.
On some of that stuff, yeah. I don't know. To the point, I don't really know how that he makes his money.
It's not important.
Right. And to begin with, it's not really important. All right, guys, we'll catch you in the next one.
See ya.